ตอนนี้ตู้ชอบอเมริกาเต้นิปปออะไรอย่างนี้สาลิจานนะ
When I arrived in America back in 1975, when 76, February 76, it was really a shock for me because I came from a temperature over 80 degrees in Thailand to Minnesota to experience the bitter cold temperature in Minnesota, which was below zero when I arrived, and here in Minnesota. So my sponsor came to pick me up at the airport. Well, actually, I arrived at the airport and then I didn't see my sponsor, so I was looking around, hoping that someone would pick me up, and nobody died. Then look up the paperwork, and so they had the agency, International Institute of Minnesota, was the sponsoring agency. So I called him and I said, I am here at the airport, but there's no one here to pick me up. And so I don't know, is this the right number to call? Oh, you arrived? I said, yes, I am. Well, according to our record, you won't be here until tomorrow. So apparently there was that change of, daytime over here, nighttime over there. So this is day difference. So they thought that I would be arriving the next day instead of that day. So then finally I wait for a while and the sponsor would show up to pick me up. And so they asked me what part of Vietnam I was from. And I said, I'm not from Vietnam, I'm from Laos. And they said, Laos? Where is Laos? I said, well, it's bordering Vietnam, Thailand, and Burma, and Cambodia. So they knew nothing about the Lao refugee, know nothing about it. They said, so then I said, so are you Laotian? I said, yes, I'm Laotian ethnic, Hmong ethnic from Laos. And they know nothing about Hmong ethnic, so they knew nothing about us. So I tried to educate them. And like I said earlier, as I exit out of the airport to the car waiting for me outside, I was having trouble breathing, catching my breath because it was so cold. The temperature was below zero. And so I thought, well, am I coming to the right place? It's so cold here. And so then I got to the car, and it was warm in the car. So they drove me from the airport to my apartment in St. Paul. And at that time, there was no green. All the trees were like, they were all dead, with brown. So I said, oh, so how come all these trees are dead? They said, no, it'll come back again green in the spring. So I felt better. So they took me from there to my apartment. And then I got to the apartment. They tried to teach me how to use oil refrigerators and so on. As you know, many of you may not have the appliances that this country give to us when we arrive here. So they worry about us, and they try to teach us how to use the appliances and so on. And so it was really a shock for me the first time I arrived there in Minnesota. And I'm not sure about others, but really when I arrived, it was truly a shock. And I was so lonely, no one around. There was no other Hmong or Lao that I knew at the time. And so I thought, well, hopefully someday there will be other people that I could talk to that from my country, Laos. And so that's how I.
All right, thank you.